Hello, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. And I'm here at Rancho Mission Canyon Park here in San Diego. And I want to start off a new series today called Trees of San Diego, which will focus on trees you find here in the city of San Diego and in San Diego County for that matter, with more of a focus on landscape trees, because there are so many different species of trees that are found here in San Diego County, whether native or introduced, that make the landscape so diverse, so dynamic, and so awesome. Today, I want to focus on a tree from the Mediterranean and Middle East called the Carob. And this is the tree right here. This is Ceratonia siliqua. It is a small, I would say a large evergreen shrub to small evergreen tree in the Pea family, the Fabaceae. And it is a tree you will fairly frequently find along roadsides, sometimes in yards, and is a really nice shade tree, very dark shade. So on a warm day, this would be a great tree to sit under. Very thick, leathery, evenly pinnately compound leaves, as you see here. So the leaves on this tree are pinnately compound. This is half of a leaf here. So that's a whole leaf right there. And it's evergreen. As I might have mentioned, it's evergreen, so it keeps its leaves all year. Nice, humble, small tree in the landscape here in San Diego. It does very well in the Mediterranean climate. And it's a tree that is very famous in history. Carob. Well, I'm going to go more into that momentarily. So the carob tree, sometimes it can be a thicket-forming large shrub. A lot of times you'll see a small single trunk tree with very lightly furrowed bark, rich green leaves that are somewhat shiny, especially the new leaves. The new leaves are shiny on the upper side and a little bit duller on the upper side when they get older. As you can see, lots of bright green shiny leaves on this one. So the carob tree is also dioecious. And what that means is male flowers are on separate trees from female flowers. So you'll have trees with male flowers and then trees with female flowers and fruit. So that is what dioecious means. So again, so these trees have relatively small canopies. They can get up to maybe about 40, occasionally up to about 40 feet or so. Not very large trees. Kind of squat, rounded crowns. Have to lean in the trunk, as you see here on this small specimen. So some of these trees will have male flowers, and the other trees will have female flowers and fruit. I'll try to see if I can find a male specimen here. So I'm looking at females here. The male flowers pollinate the male trees pollinate the female trees. This one might be a male, I'm not sure. It's not flowering right now. But you can see, kind of a small, kind of rounded oval crown. Sometimes the trunk leans. I've seen the trunk lean on quite a few specimens of this tree. And sometimes it can be multi-stemmed thickets. So males don't get what the females get. The seed pods, the fruit of the tree. And these are the seed pods, these very hard, leathery, curved seed pods that get kind of decent sized brown, light brown seeds inside of them. So these are seed pods here from the carob tree. And typically, I notice more male trees planted than female trees because the fruits can come in prodigious quantities and often make a very large litter on the ground. So here's a pod right here. You see this little shiny brown right here? That's the seed. So this is the pod, and that's the seed of the carob tree. So I'm going to take a couple pictures of this tree, and when I come back I'll talk more about the fruit. So I previously mentioned that you're going to see generally more male trees planted than female trees. And here's why. Look at the amount of seed pods on the ground. Lots of seed pods. So these can be quite messy trees for the landscape. And then with the seeds come prodigious amounts of seedlings. These are seedling carobs right here. These are carob tree seedlings. This is what the seedling looks like when it first sprouts. Very oval-shaped cotyledons. Those are the seed leaves that the plant has food storage inside of those seedling leaves, which they will eventually use up, shed those cotyledons, and they will spend more time making regular leaves. So these are carob seedlings here. And again, lots of seed pods. So one thing about carob is that an extract from this fruit is used as a chocolate substitute, especially for people who might be allergic to chocolate or want a little bit healthier alternative to chocolate. So these seed pods are economically important, especially for people who really shouldn't be or can't have chocolate. As the seed pods, I've actually eaten the pods off the tree before as a kid. They are kind of sweet. They're kind of sweet. They do have a slight chocolate overture to them. They're not exactly sweet, that's a term, but you can make a chocolate substitute from them, and maybe if you sweeten them a little bit, they might taste more like chocolate, but they don't taste bad. So this tree does have some quite economical uses, besides being a street shade tree, as it is here. But like I said, you're mostly going to see male trees planted here in Southern California. Mostly going to see them planted as male trees along the street. Just happen to get lucky, and I've seen a few females here in San Diego. I think I've seen them in a few places, but generally I'm going to see mostly male trees planted. But most of these are actually females. So now we get to see what the fruit looks like. Now, this one also has some unripe pods on it too. I got some more mature ones up here. You can see these here are more mature. But I'm going to go over to another tree and I'm going to show you what the developing pods look like. So stay tuned momentarily as I come over to another tree. Okay, so here we are. We've got some immature pods right here. These are the immature carob pods right here. Ceratonia and siliqua. Right there. Ready to get large. Much longer before they ripen. From that green, bright green, you see here, to a dark brown, dry and leathery. One thing is, carob pods are very tough and leathery. They're not easy to chew into, and sometimes they're kind of dry. So, honestly, I would probably advise more of eating something that has processed carob in it, as opposed to just eating these dry pods, because you can get a piece stuck in your throat and make you either cough your lungs out or choke. The seed pods can be very dry and very hard to chew too. But like I said, they do have a little bit of a sweetness to them, and they're quite interesting. Quite interesting trees from the Mediterranean. So I'm gonna leave you on that note. The beautiful carob tree, Ceratonia siliqua. Thanks for watching my first episode of Trees of San Diego. I hope to be making more of these videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one and enjoy my future ones. Thanks for watching.